Hey guys, welcome to Scream Away from the Mainstream once again. Today I am interviewing Thomas Goersch, who is most notably known from the films Voyage to Agatis and Carcinoma, films that have been created by Marian Dora. We're going to discuss the productions and the films made by Dora and how Goersch had this collaboration with him, how he worked with him, some insights into the filmmaking of and the processes of those films. Also, we're going to talk about his career. He's very prolific in the world of film. He has also written and directed a few of his own projects, most recently Unhappy, which is a new film that he is putting out at the moment. So we're basically going to just talk about the creative process of these films, and we're going to, in an in-depth sense, talk about extreme horror genre as a whole, his opinion on that, any issues regarding the genre and stuff like that. So there is some things to talk about today, which hopefully be interesting for all you guys. So here we go. Keep screaming, folks, and let's get into this. Hi there.
Hi. Great.
Hi, Thomas. You all right?
All right.
Very good. Very good. All right. How's it over there in Germany? All right.
It's cold, but it's sunny.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, it's the same here.
Yeah.
Not much better.
No, but we have the lockdown. We are not allowed to stay outside after 8 p.m.
Oh, really?
Then we have to be at home till 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And so everything is down and everything is closed. So we are at home on the internet. So
oh God, I know it's awful, isn't it? But I suppose we've got to get through it until it gets better, I suppose, haven't we?
I guess about 3 or 4 months, and then it will be okay with everything. I guess so. We have to.
We hope so. We've got to think that, haven't we?
there are so many plans for behind Corona that we have to start.
I know it's insane. It's been a mad year, hasn't it? It really has been a mad year since it all started. But you know, we got to get through it. So it's one of them kind of things. So so we're here to discuss extreme horror and in the whole general sense of things. Most notably your collaboration and work with Marian Dora, and also your career and the projects that you've been doing recently, which is very interesting. I'd like to start off with basically with Voyage to Agatis, which is the first film that you collaborated with Dora at the time.
Not really.
Oh, right.
It's the first film he was the director. We
right.
met each other 7 years before.
Yeah.
We made a movie which was called Ice Age.
Right. Okay.
Which is from Carl Anderson, and I was acting in the movie.
Right.
And he made the making of.
Right.
So that's the first time we met. It's 17, 18 years ago. So and then later on he catched me as an actor for his own film.
Right.
So,
oh, brilliant.
We know each other a long time.
Right. How long would you say you've known each other?
18 years. Yeah.
18 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've known him from him starting his film process and whatnot then?
Yeah. But the funny thing is that I never saw Marian Dora in him. I know him as the person he is.
Of course.
And
of course.
When I decided to work with him on Voyage to Agatis, I had no idea about Marian Dora and all this Melancholie der Engel or cannibal things. We first shot this because he was a friend.
Yeah.
And then I noticed, okay, this is Marian Dora. Oh,
okay.
Because
you didn't know it was him.
No, so
wow.
But I think that's the better way. Today, it's so every actor is running after him. Oh, can I play in your movie?
Mm.
And we had not the situation like, oh my God, the great Marian Dora. He was just a friend of we are doing a movie. So that's it.
So I believe Voyage to Agatis was filmed in like within, was it 2 weeks, a week or something? In a very small budget?
In 5 days.
5 days. Wow.
5 days, yeah.
Wow.
And we made this trip to Croatia
Yeah.
And there was the ship and the two girls, and just Marian and the producer. So that's the whole crew. And now it's 10 years. It's 10 years ago. It's the 10th anniversary this year.
Wow. Well,
but it took 4 years to release the movie.
Right.
So for several years. So it came out at 2014. So
yes.
yeah, and the fans of Marian Dora hated it in the first line.
Wow.
Because yes, they hated me and they hated the movie because they thought it will be another Melancholie the Engel or something cannibal thing, but it was too soft for the people.
Soft. God.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know what they expected. Maybe they expected we are going on the boat and I have a barbecue with the girl on the grill, something like this. But I guess they were a little bit disappointed about the story and about the low gore thing. So that's it.
Right. Well, no, I think it is totally different in his terms of his filmography. It has a different feel, has a different tone, definitely. It's almost to a point of a slasher movie, almost, I'd say. And it is in that direction. And it's very Jess Franco influenced, I'd say, as well. I think that's what people probably think why they didn't like it, because it is so different to a lot of his other films. However, it's probably
about expectations. What do you expect from the movie? And so there's no crazy things. So that's a little bit crazy things.
Well, yeah. To say it's a soft film, in terms of Dora,
it's a soft Dora.
yeah. So and later on in his career, you also appeared in Carcinoma.
Yeah.
How was that?
I had a small part.
Yeah.
But the really weird part, I loved it very much. It was really strange, to be honest. Making it was really strange. I like these strange things, and Marian and me, we don't have to speak about the parts. Right. Just say that's the story. Do it. Nothing to it. I do this, and that's okay for me and for him, and we don't have to do it twice or something.
Right.
So.
Of course. Yeah. So, How does he when he's directing such kind of like scenes that are kind of, well, for yourself, kind of I wouldn't say troublesome, but kind of like, have to kind of up the ante a little bit. How does he relax you to make such kind of scenes for you to work on?
I don't get into trouble with being naked in front of a camera or violent or something like this, because I can really see my person and the person in the movie.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not the slasher. I'm just the actor. I love to play it, and I say, okay, the Raphael guy from Voyage to Agatis. It was a guy for me who said, okay, I'm going on a trip in my holidays and I do have fun.
Right,
and that's why I'm playing all the time with a smile on my face, because it's my holidays and I'm having fun.
Fair enough,
So I had fun. It was really strange shooting because of these 5 days. We had just one shot scenes. We had to do this.
Right, yeah.
Cannot throw the girl 10 times out of a boat.
No.
So, and I was drinking very much in the part of Raphael, the red wine, all the time. And it was real wine. I was drinking all the time. So, so it was for me some kind of situation of holidays. So I had fun. And so I don't think about if this is a strange, not a moral thing for the people, because I'm playing this part. And Dora is not bringing monsters to the people. They are bringing bad people. They're human beasts. It has no zombies or something like in it.
No.
So all the time are human beasts. And I guess this is the greatest horror we have, because that's the success of Marian Dora, because everyone's thinking about, okay, this could happen to me. Something like cancer can happen to you. This is a real story with Carcinoma, and the same thing with Voyage to Agatis. There can be cruel people like in Melancholie the Engel. And so it could happen to everyone. And that's the real horror. When the people see this and they say, okay, this could happen. Maybe in my last trip to Croatia, this could happen also to me. So that's the real trouble for the people to see those movies.
Yeah, of course. I think, yeah, definitely hitting the nail on the head. I think he is more about the human horror. He is more about the nature of human and man and the relation to death and the desires that are kind of seem abhorrent to societal kind of ideas and whatnot. I think that's really interesting. I think that's what makes his work stand out from the rest of, say, other horror films. And I find that very interesting, and I think that's what makes it work. How do you feel regarding recently? I remember you telling me you have some issues about the new double short film release that he has. I've heard he doesn't want to sign anything or have any kind of relation to it. Is there any clarity to this kind of issue, or is there anything you want to say on your part?
He hasn't declared the thing also to me. He just sent me this note and said, please send it out to the people. Yeah. And he will not say anything about this. He said he wrote in, and I don't know what's happened behind the scene, but it also took 2 years for the release of these two, of this double feature.
Right.
So maybe there was something in the background. I don't know really, and it's better not to know.
I suppose.
So I was not involved in these movies. I haven't seen the movies yet, and I don't want to see them. That's the funny thing about this. When I say something good about it, then the people say, okay, he wants to play again with Marian Dora. That's why he is saying it's great. And if I say the movies are bad, then they say, oh, he's in a hurry with Dora is shouting about. So I decided not to look at the movies, not to watch the movies. Right. And so I can't say nothing about it. So
no problem at all. Yeah.
So I think it's pretty bad when you say after such a long time on the movies and the first release that you're not behind the release. I think that's a bad pill to swallow for Marian when you work on something and then it's coming out and you have to say, I'm not behind this thing.
Yes.
And that's a bad situation. I don't want to get in this mood. I can stand behind every movie I did. I had not to say something about this that. So it's a shame.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's been a couple that I've come across, like distributors who are trying to release the double feature on DVDs, and there's been a couple, like different artworks, different DVDs, and I'm just like, how is there so many distributors wanting to release this film? Has he any say in this? Has there just been people trying to? Do you know what I mean? I think there is a problem with it, and I do feel like kind of sorry for him, like the fact that people are just trying to.
But I guess in the end, it's not a problem because of the movies. I spoke to some of the actors out of these movies.
Yeah.
And they are full behind the movie, and they like the movie. So I guess it's not a problem because the films are bad or not. I guess these are typical good Marian Dora movies, and just also. The release was bad, so he hasn't said that the movies are bad. It's just the release is bad. So the movies are good, and I think the fans have to buy it. If the release is bad or not, the people want to see the movies, so want to have it. So shit at the release, look the movies.
Well, no, as long as they're happy with the end product, that's what that is.
Yes, I guess the movies are worth watching it, so and collect them. And there will be in the future another release, and everything will okay with this release. I don't know what's in the background. So in the end, it's the movie that counts.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm thinking, like, do you think you're gonna work with him again anytime soon? You got some plans?
We had plans. We had a date to film. It was in November.
Right.
And then my partner, which was planned, Marco Klammer, for the second part, which is also in the new movies.
Right.
And then he got ill a week before, and we had to cancel this.
Right.
And then this came the second wave of Corona.
Right. Yeah.
So we have to push this behind Corona, and
Yeah.
that's one of the one of the movies which is coming after Corona, this
I
situation.
know.
But we have to wait, and then we will do this movie.
Right. Oh, brilliant. That's great news. So yeah, some of your own productions that you've been creating recently. Unhappy, which is a film that you've put together recently.
Yeah, I'm
Can you
happy.
talk about
Just
that?
this is a work which was because of Corona. I was
Okay. Yeah.
sitting at home, no
That's interesting.
possibility to make a new movie, to shoot with people, to go out, to have fun, and I was getting really mad.
Right.
For this, I was my normal life was in 5 weeks. I was in about 8 cities to play with people, and I was getting mad at home. And I said,
Right.
I have to do something creative for the
Yes.
people and for me, more for me than for the people. And I
Yeah.
said, okay, what can I do? Do something like a Corona movie, everything on your own, the camera, script, play, direct, everything on my own.
Right. Yeah.
Do have some things I'm not able to, like music and cutting and
Mm.
artwork. That's not mine. But that's a thing of post production. So I made a movie, and I'm sitting in front of a camera, and I'm speaking to the camera 16 minutes
Right.
in a
Okay.
row without cut.
Right. Okay. Oh, that's really interesting.
It's in English, and I wanted that the people see the movie. And if I only give it to Germany, to less people. So
Right.
I started up in the last week of last year to submit it to a few festivals. And I'm right now having a premiere in Slovakia, which I'm not able to go there because
Of
Corona.
course. Can't
And
do it.
then it will be in as well in Prague, in Czech Republic. So it's
Great.
going on that people like it, and there will be a DVD release.
Mm.
I will. I made a DVD which is coming out on the 25th of this month.
Mm-hmm.
You can order over Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, but it's like the people never have seen something like this before. It was a high risk to do the movie
Mm.
because there's nothing happening. You have to look in my face all the time, and I'm telling you something, and you
Right.
have to look at me, what's going on inside me. And some people said, okay, when you look at the second time, it's like, oh, you're getting mad about
Yeah.
it. So the people like, you can like it or hate it,
Right. Okay.
something like that. But there are more people who love it, and they say, "Wow, I'm nominated 2 times for best actor for this part."
Great.
And I expected on my own that the people say, "Oh, you will hate it. Why have you ever did this? What's going on with
Yeah.
you?"
Yeah.
And now I'm nominated for the first time as the best actor
Right.
in a movie. I did everything.
Yeah.
So that's strange and that's funny. But so right now I don't know if this is some kind of a movie or is it something like a personal statement or something like. I don't have no idea. I
Right.
And the first time the people saw the movie who knows everything about me in person.
Right.
So they say, okay, why do you tell this to the people? Oh my God, what are you telling them? And then people saw the movie which had no idea about me. And
Right.
then they saw it really as a film, and it works as a film. So
Mm.
so I'm a little bit proud that the people understand what I'm doing there because
Oh,
I
great.
expected that they have no idea what I'm doing there, and they will bring me back like,
Yeah.
to jail with Donald Trump together.
Yeah.
So, but it's funny to see. I submitted this movie all around the world
Right.
because I wanted to see how different cultures react on the movie.
Mm.
I'm telling a few
Interesting.
things which are forbidden in other countries
Okay.
about homosexuality and something like this.
Yeah.
And I sent it to Turkey, and I sent it to all the lands which maybe have a problem with it. They can get
Right.
it.
Okay.
And,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I said, okay, do this thing, provocate the people with a story which is true and which is
Of course.
maybe they react not in the way we expect them to react. I sent this thing to South Korea, to China,
Yeah.
to all
Yeah.
these places where it's
Yeah.
maybe a completely different look at the German life. So this would be it's very interesting for me, and I'm very looking forward what's going on with this movie.
Mm.
And I hope the best. So the first reactions, and okay, we're on the 11th or 10th January, and I got two festivals right now. That's great.
Brilliant.
people said to me, okay, don't expect that they will show your film in the first 6 months. So it's going on tomorrow. So,
okay.
So
Brilliant.
That's great, and I love this. I never was on festivals because I hate festivals. I was there often as an actor, and as an actor, the people don't look at you; they always looked at. When I was on the premiere of Carcinoma, everyone looked at Marian. I was
I bet.
So I said, I hate festivals. So the first situation. Okay, I want to go there because I want to show this to the people.
Yeah, of course.
Let me see it. Okay. And in Germany, it will take a while because all the German festivals are in autumn or fall or something like that. And so we go around the world and India, and I hope so. But let me see.
Wow, no, that's brilliant news.
You've also... and I'm coming to England.
Oh, right, okay. Oh,
yeah,
great.
I will play together with Philip Brocklehurst.
Yeah.
And we'll do a movie which is called Within the Woods.
Right.
We worked on the story. He had a movie on my festival, which I have on my own, and I like his movies. I've seen about 5-6 movies from him, and I said, "Oh, that's great. I would like to work with you. I come along to you, and we have to work together.
Yeah,
we have to work on a story, and I come to you, and we will make this together."
Oh,
and we do this. The story is ready. Everything is clear. Cast is all right. So we only need a date and the end of Corona.
That's okay. But I've currently got a film that I've made. Well, it was within the last 4 years ago. It was meant to be in an anthology with other films and stuff, but it seems to have not been collated or been put together. So now I'm looking to enter it into some festivals now and get it kind of circulated a little bit and look into it myself now. So because I'm quite happy with the work, so I'm hoping to get it out there at some point. So looking forward to it. It's like a silent film. It's a silent horror film, very much based on the idea Death and the Maiden kind of thing. That's all I can say really about it at the moment. But I think he'll gain some interest in some people of the extreme horror genre for sure.
That's great, because in horror you can bring it better to the people, because you have horror festivals, you have magazines, you have convents, you have so much things for horror. Horror, it's brilliant to have a short movie or a feature film to bring out. And so I was very skeptic about bringing out a drama.
Right.
There are no festivals for drama. People hate drama. They have enough drama.
That's true. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to these as well, to these horror festivals, the underground festivals.
Yeah.
I'm very close to the Weekend of Fear, which is in Erlangen from Mike Neun, which is a very small festival, but big names, and the people all the directors come there to celebrate their movies. Great. And also Dora is having mostly his premiere there, and it will show up hopefully in May. His 2 new films also on this festival. So this is a really good event. So that's the reason why I'm doing this with Philip Brocklehurst together, because I wanted to bring something out for the horror shots.
Because of Dora's anonymity, does he ever actually go to any of his premieres and any festivals? Does he actually go to it, or in a way they don't know it's me, but I'm there? I think he does. He probably does, doesn't he? But I was going to say, you've got other productions in the line at the moment as well, haven't you? You're very interested in the Amityville films and whatnot, and you're wanting to make your own.
Yes, I'm a great fan of the Amityville films.
I love the Amityville films.
And it's so funny because there were about 5 or 6 official parts of, and there are about 35. I guess I do have 30 or 40 DVDs of different films, and they're sometimes so mad and so trashy.
Yeah, they are.
There's an Amityville libretto film from Nathan Rumler, I don't know, and it's some kind in the way of sex. Sometimes there are Amityville sharks around on Shark Island. It's like George, and that's big fun. And I had the idea. Okay, it's so funny, bring the story to Germany.
Okay, yeah.
So the story is, at the beginning of the story is that there are some pieces out of the original house came to Germany.
Okay,
because there is a strange director wants to make a German Amityville film, a mixture of reality and the movie story.
Yeah,
and they are bringing this to Germany, and so sitting around these pieces with a witchboard, and the ghost of the further killer is awakening.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's a good story, and we have some shots in the US because we have in the story there's the younger sister of the original murder, which is right now 80 years old, but she's playing, and she was hiding these pieces from the public, and she's dying, and these pieces came to this. And so we had a very good cast. It's the best underground actors you can find in Germany, and we put this all in. And so right now we are working on to get the money for sure.
Yes,
it's not that expensive as maybe the people think, because when you look at the original Amityville Horror House, it's just a man running around and killing them and shooting them down. Not that big effects. Something kind of 70s, 80s horror. So you can do this with a little budget.
Yeah.
But we will have fun, I guess.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it sounds really interesting. I mean,
and the people heard about. I do have an offer for a worldwide distribution for this movie.
Oh, right.
So
great.
That's not because of me. That's because only of the name Amityville, and the name is not protected. It's the name of the city.
Right.
You are not allowed to call it Amityville Horror, but you can call everything Amityville. It's not a combination Amityville Horror, so it's not a copyright thing.
Oh, that's great. That's good then.
Yeah.
That's good
so you can do what you want, and there were many crazy collectors like me, which have all the stuff at home and have fun with this. I do. Maybe you know Manouche.
Yeah,
she's in it. And, very close, and we're working lots of films together, and this will be a great fun.
Oh no, I'm really looking forward to how that all comes together. That's brilliant. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I've got the first two Amityville films, and the second film for me is the best, I think.
Yeah, it's the best because I like all these exorcism things.
Yeah, me too.
I love this. You can bring out the biggest shit of exorcism movies. I love it because the situation is so great. I played once an exorcist in a movie.
Right.
It was so fun. I loved it. I was really aggressive priest, but it was really fun. We do also have an exorcist in my movie, in my Amityville movie.
Oh, brilliant.
So, I like these horror movies when you go church against the evil, priests against the evil. I love this.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed that kind of like battle between. I wouldn't say I'm religious myself or anything. I did have a Catholic background growing up and whatnot, but I do have an interest in demonology and stuff like that. And films that kind of tackle the idea of exorcisms and stuff is very interesting to me. I've got a very big interest in the paranormal as well. It's to me, it's very interesting. I remember one Amityville film where it was a lamp that was haunted.
Yes,
and they brought it in an auction, didn't they?
The fourth part, yeah.
Yeah.
When they send, that's a little bit similar to my story. They bring a piece out of the house and send it over the lands in the other side of the US. There, get some kind of the evil in the lamp. It was a really strange lamp, I guess.
So there is some truth in the idea of objects that have been surrounded in, say, tragic or traumatic surroundings, and it envelops or absorbs the energy of that. So there is truth in the idea that an object can enforce some paranormal activity to them. I think that's very interesting.
It's really out of 70s, 80s horror stories that it's an object and so but I like this kind of movies. So the 80s horror movies, look all the series we have. It's all born in the 80s. Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers. Everything was created in the 80s. Also Hellraiser. Everything is coming from the 80s right to now. It's still living.
I never thought of that, actually. There was quite a lot of few genres that were created in the 80s, weren't they? I mean, the paranormal, supernatural genre was crazy. Slashers. There's a lot of things that was created then. I mean, the music you can just leave behind.
I was in some reality TV show for paranormal things.
Right, okay.
You know, it was something like Big Brother.
Right. Okay.
You were in a house locked in, and you start to look for the ghosts. It was an old house, and you start with a witch board and asking for the ghosts.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And we were five days all around the clock in the house, locked in, and it was really, really, really creepy. We had some experiences. I was bitten in the arm.
Really?
From something, yeah.
Wow.
Which I cannot declare what happened. I was this time I was the master of the board.
Right.
And I was speaking to them, and then I had a bite in my arm. Wow. And this was really, really strange.
That's definitely it's definitely demonic kind of activity, that, isn't it? If you get scratched or if you get bitten, it's something of a very kind of negative energy. So that's interesting.
So that's paranormal things are very. In the first line, I never believed in,
right.
And then I had some 2 times contact.
Right.
While I was sleeping in my place where I lived before, I was touched on the arm.
Right.
And I do have a cat. She's always running around me, and she's waking up every night. And the first line, I guess, I said, Sheila, it's her name, Sheila, go away. So let me sleep. and then I was touched at the right arm, and she was sitting left beside me, and the touch was still there. And the cat was looking in the air, up there.
Yeah.
And I was looking at her, and we were looking both at this side, and I have no idea how long this thing took to go away. But the really creepy thing was that I was completely calm. Right. I was not. You think in the first time you would think you were getting mad, you're getting crazy, you need to cry, to shout, to run away, or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was completely different thing. Sid was sitting there, and I was completely quiet, released, and then it was away.
Right.
And from this moment on, I said, okay, I cannot say I'm not believing because I had a contact. So I had no, I don't know, I cannot explain it, but it was.
Did that happen after you stayed at the house doing the reality TV show?
Yeah.
Right.
2 times. Some of the colleagues which were in was falling apart, getting into trance thing.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And I was bitten, but we had not. We had this thing, the movement on the board, and they came. Oh, what was the word? There was a word nobody was able to understand in this moment.
Right. Okay.
And we said, okay, this is a word, but what's it?
And
and then it was after the show they looked for what does it means and where it's coming from. This was an old language which was said to us, go away.
Was it Old Latin by any chance?
No. It was it was something like from when you what was it? Shit, I don't know right now. So, what it meant, go away.
Right.
So,
okay.
And it was I guess this thing, whatever it was aggressive because we disturbed him in the house, and I don't know. get in touch with such things, but you don't have, you cannot explain why and what's going on. Everyone who is speaking about and say, oh, that's why, that's this and this. I guess you never know. You have this experience, what's happened, but you cannot explain why it is like this.
Yeah, of course.
I have no idea. And so, but we are going on to maybe next year or the year behind to do something. It was called Poltergeist Experiment.
All right, okay.
And maybe we will do another try.
Okay.
I guess a few of them which were there in the house will not come again. This was too much at the end. So we were lucky because this was with the bite happened almost at the end of the show. I was a little bit disappointed because not that much happened. We were sitting around for hours and hours. Just the first 2 days, nothing happened. And I said, oh my God, it's boring. I'm getting mad. You're telling your whole stories of your life and all the people looking at you. What the hell? What the fuck? A bad food. And then this happened. But that's okay. That's it. And it was in the end because after this, everyone was, get me out of here.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I can imagine.
But let me see what's going on in a second.
I don't know
season or something like this.
Yeah, see how it goes. But I don't know if you saw the discussion with me and Magnus. I actually said to Magnus, imagine if Marian Dora did like an Exorcist film. I think he'd do an excellent job. An Exorcist film. You can imagine how kind of like brutal and rough it could be, and I think he could probably put some realism into it. I think it'd be really interesting if he did something like that. What would you think?
So people often ask me about how was it with working together with Marian.
Yeah.
And I guess they are a little bit disappointed when I say it was completely normal. So I guess they're really disappointed about this fact. We had never trouble while the shooting, because maybe that's maybe why we understand each other. We don't have to say much words, and
of course.
we are thinking of the same way, and we have a distance to that thing we are doing.
Yeah.
He's no madman who is working in under drugs or something like this. He's just a normal guy who's working on his job.
Yeah.
And the same like me. I'm very down to earth with this.
Yeah.
And I guess he's also like me. He's down to earth. He's making his movie, and everyone is expecting that we are killing each other while shooting. That's not it. We're going to work and we do our work, and that's good. Everyone is disappointed.
I think that's the people who have the mystery about him and the stigma that he had with the Melancholy de Engel production, because apparently that was very troubled and very kind of wild.
Yeah.
So I think
this was because of the combination of actors you had. There were actors out of the porn scene.
Yes.
Not real actors.
Yeah.
And they never tried to play a character. They have not the situation that they say, this is me, that's the character. So it mixed up to them. And I guess this was a problem for the people, not to have a distance to this thing. And if you don't have a distance and do something like Melancholie de Engel, you will get mad. If you think you are the person, which is the victim or the slasher or something, you will get mad, definitely.
Yeah. Do you think that was intentional though? Maybe to kind of provoke
it. Yeah.
Performance.
Marian Dora is playing with this, I guess.
Yes, I think
so. He's not protecting the actors before everything, but he's just let them go. Maybe we'll have a better result if they get in the real panic, you know?
Yes.
And I was when I was wiped in Carcinoma.
Oh, right.
When I was standing there and he was beating at me.
Whips, yeah.
And the other the actor who beats me was Stanley, and Stanley was not just a little bit. He doesn't want to hurt me. And I said, God, nobody's believing this. Beat me.
Just do it.
and I said, okay, do it just 8 times with a right, boom, and that's okay for me, and that's okay for the movie. He was, what's going on here? I said, almost crazy guys around me. Then I said, okay, do it 8 times, and then it's okay. And I would shout out in a real way, and that's okay. And then we made it, and this was one shot which was really good. It hurts, it hurts, but it was good.
Right.
And in the end, everyone who is looking at say, "Wow, they are so crazy." That's what we wanted. That they say, "Oh, look how crazy this guy is." So that's it. So,
Yeah.
But I have the distance. I say, okay, we will play it. Don't beat at me because I like it. Beat at me because it's better for the movie.
yeah. But it's also kind of like you as an actor. You're being, like you said before, you kind of depart your personal self from being the character that you're playing. So it's important to be that character and not yourself during the production. So doing that scene must have,
Sometimes it's really strange. I'm often, not too often, naked in front of the camera.
Yeah.
But in private life, I don't like to sit in a short somewhere on the beach. That's too naked for me. But I don't have the problem to be completely naked in the movie.
Right.
Don't ask someone who was able to bring me to the hospital or something. But what's this? In the character, I can do this, but on my own, I would never do this. So this
it's quite interesting, though, isn't it? Like,
sometimes I often did the casting for the movies of Marian.
Yeah.
And the actor said to me, "I would never do this in my private life." And the only reaction you can get from me about this is from me, "Sweetheart, you are not in private life. It's a part you are playing. You don't have to do this in your private life."
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
The arguments like, "I would never do this in my private life. I would never kill a girl on a boat and or something like this in private life." Maybe the thing in with the beaten, but not this.
How were the girls on set dealing with the scenes and stuff?
Completely different. There was Tatiana, which played Isabel, my you never know, it was the girlfriend or my woman. She was really cool with this, and everything was fine, and that was great. She's a tough character, and no problem to her. No, never, in no scene. And the other girl, Jana, she was, what can I say? It was hard to work with her. After every scene, she was falling apart and started to cry.
Oh, really?
And you have to wait half an hour to the next scene.
Wow.
She was too close to this victim. In this moment she was the victim, and she played everything wonderful, but it needs half an hour rest to do the next shot.
Yeah, it must have been a hard part for her, really, because she just goes through some, hell of a lot of shit, really, and
when you have 5 days, you are working,
and
intense. When you are always for her, it was like, I'm the victim, and in the end, you believe.
yeah, you really do. Yeah, it does kind of reflect the journey. Of that. So it's very interesting that. So, like, what as your opinion on extreme horror as a genre and as a whole, and how it's become very popular, I think, within, like, say, the last 2 years. What's your opinion on the scene? What do you think of it?
I don't like if the movies only show extreme violence or body horror or something like that. And the first thing I did for the movies was I was learning how to write a script. I'm a script writer in the first line, and I'm always looking for a good script and a good story. For example, when the Saw films came out, I saw the first one and the second one, and for me it was completely violent film without any sense. just a play.
Yeah.
And when there come the next parts, and you had this, that's the story behind the story behind the story thing.
Yes.
I was really, wow, this intelligent thing, and I was very, very close to, because 7 parts, and they found always another way why it is like it is.
Yeah.
And I was really, well, that's very intelligent. And then I thought about the story behind the story, and not about cutting this, cutting that. Then I found it's good.
Yeah.
For example, the other way, the hostel things.
Okay. Yeah.
This was a massacre from me,
right?
And nothing more. So I really don't like. No. So
no.
I do have a horror festival in May.
Right.
Yeah, an online festival, and I do have a good mixture. I do have also these extremely violent things in it. From Australia. He doesn't know that he's selected, but you will. Don't look at it, David. But that's extreme horror, which is not a big story, but some incredible, strange scenes, violence, body, blood, gory, everything. And so that's the horror genre is that big. You know, you can have thousands of different horror things. You can have the 70s, 80s horror. You can have this horror like Hitchcock did, and this was the early horror things. And you can have so many. So there are fans in every under category.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to see all the time these extremely things about. So for me, Marian Dora has too much this. The girl is the victim thing.
Yes.
It's this is something which is going on in his head, I guess.
Okay.
And then you are writing all the time about the same stuff.
Yeah.
This is why when you write your own stories, you have returning themes, concepts, and this is the girl as the victim, which is coming again and again.
Yes.
And this is like it is. Okay. For me, when I write a story, there is always one gay character in the movie. That's the stories I write.
Yes.
And that this you can see from director or scriptwriter to scriptwriter, the returning themes. Some people write about a family catastrophe.
Yeah.
And you will find all the time the bad mother, the bad father, the bad both.
Of course,
and so that's returning. And for me, in Marian Dora films, there's often the female victim, which is coming again and again. So I haven't seen the new films, but I read the stories, and it's again the female victim. So you like it or not?
I think it's there's something that Hitchcock said. I think he said it in a satirical sense that if he didn't make films, he would have been a serial killer. Which is, I think he's being whimsical about it, etc. So if you put that kind of point of view into, say, Dora, perhaps maybe what he's doing, he's writing about female victims, because I've done criminology, so 90% of people who kill females is because they're sexually attracted to the female. So perhaps Dora applies that kind of idea to his films instead of, what do you say?
I guess.
It's a theory.
Not when you know Marian, he's a loving family father.
Right. Okay.
I know his wife and his son and everyone, and so that's a disappointment for the people when I say he's just normal. he's just normal. Yeah.
No, but he is. I assume he is. Yeah.
He has got his fantasies for sure, and but maybe he's. I cannot explain. Maybe he cannot explain it on his own. Because he's doing this.
Only because, like, I think what I said to Magnus in the last thing, I think he is more a philosopher than he is a filmmaker.
Yeah, for sure. I guess so too. And he said to me once, "I hate the shootings.
Yes.
I love love the cutting and everything after the shooting, but I hate the shooting.
Yeah, I do as well. I'm exactly the same. I hate the shooting. I hate it.
Yeah, you're always in trouble, and you have some so difficult actors around you who are
so many
always
issues.
Want everything that you can get crazy about. I did a movie last year or the year before, and I had about 18 different actors and 40 people behind the camera.
Right. Yeah.
After this, I was really mad. You're getting mad. I had no more energy to do the post-production. Right after this, I had to say, go away with this. I don't want to see anything right now from this.
There's so many personalities to deal with, I suppose, as well, isn't there? You know, that always creates conflict if, say, an actor doesn't get on with another actor, etc. You've got technical issues, you've got, you know, filming issues, location issues. Everything is against you when you make a film.
I'm so bad in technical things. I don't have any fear because to speak with you. My fear is maybe I can connect each other on this shit computer. So it's not about talking to the people or to you. It's about I hope this will work.
Yeah.
So I had all the technical things. The other things doesn't matter to me anymore. But this is the greatest problem for me. So I always need someone who said, look forward. I'm doing the technical things. Look in the other way. So I need someone beside me who's doing this. But today I just have to do this on my own. So well.
But I think we touched on most of the stuff I wanted to chat about. But I really thank you for being a part of this, Thomas.
So I'm looking forward to go more international.
Yeah.
Because this was the step of Philip Bucklehurst. Mm-hmm. Because and I have another director in Italy, and which we will work with together. Hopefully, we will find a good story, and time and after Corona and everything. And I'm working in Poland and in Sweden because in Germany there are just a few small scenes who are doing some good films, but you have to go outside. And so I started up to do every shooting I do with my own films to shoot in first line in English language.
Okay, yeah, of course.
To come outside of this German thing.
Yeah.
And so this is more. We will also do Amityville in English.
Right.
I think that's important, and I want to have more influences from the outside. So and to work with good people, and you have not that many people in one country. When you look at in England, you can say about 5, 6 or something like that, and that's the same here in Germany. You have 5, 6. I've worked with all those 5, 6. So you have to look outside, and that's what I'm trying to do with go outside and speak with the people and go international. Yeah. That's important.
Yeah, definitely. That's brilliant. No, seriously, I really wish you luck with the new release on Happy, and I hope the Amityville production comes on really well. So
there's another one coming, and we don't have the time to speak about it. That's what I call it. It's a gay erotic thriller, something like which was in the 90s, but in the gay scene.
Okay, yeah.
And this is we will work on this in Cologne this year.
Right.
Everything is organized and is waiting for after Corona.
Yeah.
And the people will look at it and will think, oh my God, what's going on there? First they will be shocked that it's gay, and then they will be shocked what's going on.
Yeah. Oh no, screw it. Have a ball. Have a good time making that film. That sounds great.
Sure. I love to provocate the people a little bit. The other things, when you look at the TV stations and what's coming there, that's boring. I don't want to work in such things. So we have to do some extremely things.
Of course. Yeah, brilliant. Well, thank you, Thomas. Thank you for being a part of today, and it's been really good to discuss, a few of the matters. So I'll edit this week, and I'll get it uploaded onto the channel. So look forward to getting it
Thank you very much. Yeah, good luck to your channel.
Oh, thank you very much, Thomas.
And some kind of a new baby.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
So
I'm
hoping to get bigger and bigger with it. So, but slowly but surely.
I will promote this thing to everyone.
Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
All right, Thomas. Thank you very much. Take care. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.